Hello, hello. Hamsters and cheese. Also, phone is weird. Oh, chat on the phone is weird. Hello, bye bye. Yeah, didn't they change the Twitch app a lot? I have heard everybody hates it pretty much. They made it like a YouTube's. They made it like TikTok style, like swipe to go to next people. I don't know what it did to the chat, but that alone makes me think they didn't do great things to the app at all. Okay. Um, I need to check something real quick. I don't think that's particularly usable. I need to see if anyone's done any work on the outpost before I put too much time to it. So we'll just, let's see, blue assemblers through base. So this is partially done. There's also the original mall. Honestly, I don't think this mall really needs to do much. I think this mall can mostly just provide stuff to bots and my player. That should be fine. But yeah, we did this. We haven't done landfill. Okay, so landfill should be fairly easy. We literally just need stone, and we don't need a lot of landfill either. So let's see. The easiest spot to do it would be right here. However, this is... Actually, this will be prioritized over stone furnaces, but I think we have spare, so I think we'll be okay. Now, this will build pretty slowly, but I think that's all right. Oh wait, we can't really output from this, can we? Hold on. If we build it here, it's going to make the initial mall a little bit more annoying to build. I don't think that's inherently a problem, but I don't love it. Because like right here works. It can actually be a gray assembler too. Oh wait, that's not that's not how I switch it to a gray assembler. There we go. So we could do something like this. The issue with that is that if we build it that way, this section in general gets a little bit tougher. See, is there anywhere else I can put it? No, nah, fine. It's not a huge deal to make this a little bit tougher, and I can probably make it not cost any more. So I think it's worth it. We're gonna do this. Hello, Arturs. Welcome, welcome. Yo, what's up, the dough? Thanks so much for the raid. Were you doing your own 100% run in a much more efficient manner than I'll be doing? Ooh, dagger's nice. Hello, Casa. But yeah, we got some checkered socks on. If anyone's not familiar with what I'm working on, this is a 100% run base, but we're only using burner inserters and burner drills. Everything else is technically allowed, but we're only using them for achievements, like solar panels and the logistic bots. They're pretty much just for achievements. We're not using like requester chests. 40-second PB, nice. What's that bring you down to? I have not been following. Well, okay, occasionally I check in. I know we broke sub 415 as like a community. I think McIntyre did. Ooh. Wait, so if that brought you down by 40 seconds, that means you were like at 59. Nice. It's always fun when you have like just a minute barrier. I'm saying that slightly biased because that's what that's what my most recent run is. Where is landfill? There's landfill. Okay, so this is not fast. But I think we don't really need a lot of landfill, right? Like, surely one landfill every 20 seconds is... Actually, is it gonna be enough? Maybe I should just do direct fed on this, on the outpost. Just got the minute barrier and brought it closer. Yeah, it's a much closer now. Very nice. Congrats. I think I'll be content if I breach the 12-hour barrier. I feel like it's possible. Honestly, on-patch landfill is a very viable option, and I am considering that. Because this will produce, let's see, 1.6. This is one, with full upgrades, that's actually a bit late. With half upgrades, this is one landfill every 8 seconds. How much is that an hour? That's not much over an hour, right? That's like 400 an hour. I feel like how much landfill do I need? I feel like I'll probably need a few thousand, which means this is not enough. You let the folks watching your stream that you know that I was let them know that I was a retired speedrunner, or at least on indefinite hiatus. Yeah, we definitely don't do competitive speedrunning anymore. We do still do joke runs, which the goal is to go at least somewhat fast, but we don't do the actual runs anymore. It was definitely fun chatting with chat during them for sure. That was always like my favorite comment to get when I posted like a video, the VOD to YouTube. Made me feel nice. With burners, where are you even using landfill? So our water requirement is not significantly lower. So, yeah, that's a good question. I'll finish my thought first. We need almost as much water, or like 70% of the water of an actual 100% base. So we still do need to use pretty much the entire lake. So that's what the landfill is used for. Because we still need like 70 pipes of water. I don't know what the new blueprints. I'm comparing to like the old ones, which had like 100. So entity savings isn't important here. This is hand built. Yeah, the only reason that I had that underground there was because if I was doing landfill here, I want it to be maximum. Only 70%. It's not because the run's slower. It's because we can't use soul. It's because we don't have access to nuclear power because there's no way to mine them with drills. So it doesn't necessarily, it's not really because the run's slower. It's just because nuclear power gives you 5 times the energy per water. And we need about 20% of the energy they get. So it balances out to about like, I think 70% total of the total consumption. I'm getting an AI getting chat message directly into his cerebral cortex. I did used to joke that I was a chatbot. The runner itself was real, and I was just the chatbot part. But yeah, it's mostly because of the uranium. So yeah, this is an option, and it can be fully automated, especially in a really dumb way like this. This isn't terrible, and this is what we'll have for furnaces early on. So we could just switch it to a landfill assembler. That's a very viable option. So like something like this, it does use a lot of the, it is a little bit large, but this could produce landfill for us. Wait, how fast would this be though? This might not be much faster. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, this is about the same rate as just using a belt. Okay, unfortunate. Yeah, I don't think on patch is gonna work just because of how bad burner drills are. And two of them is a bit rough. How is it? How is the output arm getting fuel? It can steal it from the drill. So the idea was that it would look like this, and it passes it through the drill. I call this a helicopter. If I do a long series of these, I call it a helicopter drill setup. But this one's pretty short. But yeah, I don't think. Let's see. Is my math right? Hold up. We can assume we'll have 20%. So that's 0.2. Nah. 0.25 times 1.2 times 7. Yeah, that's real bad. Okay. Okay, well, we'll have to just do dedicated landfill. Let's just do it. Let's just do it here. I think that's our best option. I don't know where this goes, but it definitely should be moved over. Okay, so we can shift this over, we can shift this over. The only reason I moved it to this layer is so that way I could get a better idea of what it was. It looks like it's a much later stage. We really don't need a ton of landfill. We just need more than like 200 per hour, which is, I think, roughly what we would get from the on patch. Okay, so there's got to be fuel here. So that's not faster. Can we do self-feeding? Not really. How many inserters do I really need? That's what we have. That's the question we have to ask. If I need, I honestly I would want 6 inserters. I want to consume half the belt. 200 per hour is not fine. That's like 8 hours too slow. Because you gotta keep in mind the run is going to take like 12 hours, but we need all the landfill produced by like the 4 or 5 hour mark. So 200 per hour really is not fine. Because I want to be done with the water pumps should be all placed by that point. Because depending on which blueprint we go to for the landfill, they have to be placed in a specific order, which means it just has to be done by then completely. We might not go with as complicated as one, but yeah, we need way more than that per average because we need it over the course of a certain amount of time. Yeah, we could do double assemblers on the old spot. That's not the worst thing. They have to go into 2 separate chests. I was wanting to avoid this spot if I could because I do want the hand building to be a little bit easier, but honestly, it's not that significant, so I think it'll be okay. Like, we don't have to make everything that's hand built incredibly easy. We just want to make them as many as we can a little bit easy. Okay, and then I'm pretty sure there's still enough stone here because the only thing that stone's going for after this point is here. We can also always supplement this stone. Oh, is that how we decided to get stone to the other side? Because I only needed 1 belt? Oh, that's hilarious. Wait. That's not right, is it? Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, on patch is very easy. That one I can do by hand. Pretty easily. So that shouldn't be too bad. I will make this a iron chest, I think. We actually should make all of them iron chests. Because we'll just do an upgrade planner later. Split stoned underground going down to do it off the base a bit. So that was the idea between this one. At that point, there's no reason to split stone. We could just do it here. Because ideally, I want to be able to do like a 5 wide copper coal lane. So anything past this point, we can build in. So we can move this to a lower layer. Just so I can visualize it better. Because we should have access to stone this early. There we go. But yeah, if we're gonna split stone, we might as well just use this lane that already exists. I'm pretty sure I have a note somewhere that says 2 stone need to be on the right and 5 stone need to be on the left. But we only have 1 on the right. The brick furnaces, they should be getting fuel, right? Yeah, they're good. So there's not fuel on every stage, and that's just because I have most of the stages are disabled for performance, because it tries to run all of these at the same time. So we disabled most entities. So usually when a belt's empty, it's not because there's nothing on it, it's just because that stage has been disabled for a while. It's like you can see fuel on this stage, but over here you can see this isn't moving because it's disabled. But the fuel lane for this, we also have to do. We need to fix the fuel lane a little bit. But that's like the last thing we should do. I think. Yeah, I think that's one of the last things we should do. Okay, so this, if we have a large enough production, bots can do it, which is nice. So like, we could do a more complicated design here, but bots build it. So that would be like this, and then this is where coal can come from. And then it can be self-feeding. You're not seeing any way for the furnaces themselves to get fuel in order to make your bricks? Oh, you mean for these? Well, they can be self-feeding, right? Oh, I see what you mean. Oh, we just didn't connect it. Oh, gotcha. We just forgot the splitter. I thought you were talking about the furnaces. I guess they're called steel furnaces. Yeah, okay. I get you. Should be a relatively simple fix. Hmm. Is that easier? I think that's the easiest way to do it. That should be fine. Let's see, what are the other options? It's on the wrong side of the belt to do something with that. Or is it? Yeah, it is. Okay. Oh, wait. I have another idea. Doesn't work. Doesn't work. With burners, is that good enough, though? Oh, yeah, it's a really short lane. 12 inserters? Yeah, it's fine. It has plenty of production. Okay, good catch. So I don't normally do this kind of feeding for the lane just because the latency is really high. But these are stone bricks where we don't really need a lot of them that fast, so the latency isn't a problem. But the biggest issue with doing this is generally latency. It can supply with upgrades. This can supply about 5 megawatts worth of power. So these consume about one. These consume about one. So it's about two. It's about 150, 200% more than I need. So the biggest issue is that it will take a couple minutes to start like that. But yeah, it seems good now. It's not competing with any fuel, right? Yeah, so it should be good. It's going to be a little bit annoying to build this one, but it's not the worst. I mean, so is this one. Actually, let's move this. This makes way more sense to me. We need a prio to the right. Hello, Bep. Welcome. Okay, yeah, this makes more sense. I want to minimize the amount of undergrounds I do initially. Oh, wait. Wait. Oh, no. Never mind. That did make sense. That was bot built. Sorry. This was good the first time. This is a supplemental lane that comes from the outside to fill fuel halfway down the line. So this is post bots. That's why it's in a weird spot. Cool. Glad I thought that through to some degree. Okay. So now this is self-feeding. This can theoretically do one landfill every 3 seconds. Then actually this consumes pretty much the whole lane. So let's do this. I think that's fine. No, I think that'll be good. And then we can do this. I don't normally like doing this, but I think this is a small enough amount of inserters that it's okay. Okay, so that way they won't burn themselves out. Although if I have enough of them, it's not actually a problem if they burn out. Never mind, it's a problem. This has an internal buffer of like 80 stone. They will burn themselves out. Okay. Is that the best option? Maybe. If you want to use a splitter, you can put the splitter in where the underground is, then belt it into the other side of the lane. Splitter where the underground is. Where's the underground? Oh, thank you. Forgot to remove the logic from the belt. If you want to use a splitter, you can put the splitter in where the underground is. Where's the underground? Oh, here? And then belt it onto the other side of the lane. Oh, you mean it's not reading belt? Oh wait, that's not on by default? I thought belt reading was on by default. Oh. Gotcha. Yeah, I see what you mean. This part is still hand built, so I didn't want to make it too complicated. Because that would be something like this, right? And then I use a splitter here. Because like it's a weird build order. This stuff is built first, and then this gets built. So I wanted to do as little as I could to make this section this section not harder to build. Although maybe that doesn't affect the top lane. It might not build the top lane. Default, it is stop belt. Yeah, that is good to know. I wonder, nah, I think we normally check. Well, I guess normally we actually care about the belt stopping too. So I always pay attention. Which is faster to build? This is pretty fast to build. Splitter here is harder to build. This is an option. This one is an option. I guess either way. Oh, wait, no, wait, hold up. Okay. This will, I think I like this one actually. It's the hardest to build for bricks, but basically the goal is to make anything complicated to build after Gotlap. Because Gotlap is surprisingly tricky to beat whenever you have Lazy Bastard and are trying to actually make a base for burner inserters. Obviously, if you just want to hand feed everything, Gotlap's pretty straightforward, but that is just throwing away some time that I don't want to deal with. Gosh, this is really... I don't... How much does it simplify? This might make things too complicated. Oh, the joys of trying to decide when I should make things complicated. This can go on over. This can go on over. Okay, but this is fine. What else do we need to do? Okay, so landfill is good. I'm actually pretty happy with this landfill. I actually think coal should maybe come from up here, which seems a little bit weird. But... Oh, wait. Oh, but we won't have a splitter there. Okay, hold on. We'll do... We could do this. I'm trying to think of like where the prio is going to be. Keep it stupid. Keep it stupid. Yeah, not keep it simple stupid. Just keep it stupid. There we go. That's an expression I can get behind. Okay, so this looks really weird, but it means I can grab stuff without a prio and without complicating the original design with the splitter. So that's why this one is a little bit odd. Most of these lanes, smart beltable. So it's fine that they're a little bit weird. Keep it stupid simple. That makes it sound like a good design. Like, wow, that's really stupidly simple. It sounds like a positive thing. Let's go with that. Okay, missing iron. Ooh, right. And then two stone right. What does two stone right? Keep it stupid. I like that one. No, that one's good too. Okay, so we have this stone lane. There is obviously another. Oh, okay, there is another. Wait, is this a single lane or a half lane? How much does this consume? Considering how bricks come after, I think the latest design might have been best for keep things simple, where you insert onto a side of a belt to feed onto the near side of the belt. The issue with that is it's still hand built, so it comes later, but it makes the bricks take like a lot longer to build, but it only makes the iron slightly harder to build. So that's the trade-off there. Because we can still smart belt this. So yeah, I'm not sure which trade-off is better. But we can keep both designs for now. We also need another brick lane over here. So I don't know exactly where I'm going to be getting stone. Wait, you have ice cream? Oh, that's good. Don't look. These burners might melt it, which would be bad. Okay, I feel dumb right now. I can't think of math. How much does this consume? This consumes 10? Wait, what? No, this should consume... How many stone lanes do I need? How many stone lanes do I need? This consumes 7.5. I'm confused. I'm very confused. It looks like this is overdone. I need yes of stone lane. Yeah, I guess how many stone lanes do I need over here is a better question. Ooh, mocha ice cream. That sounds yummy. 24 is a whole yellow belt of input with steel furnaces. It should be a whole red belt. Okay, yeah, that tracks. I don't need that much, I don't think. So this should produce 15 per second. Oh, you know what it was? I wasn't sure. I think originally military was going to be down here, which is why I had so much stone, but now I don't have military, so now it's just this, which needs less. So one stone lane is enough for 1.5 stone lanes is enough for both of these. Okay. Were we editing things? I don't think we were editing things. Okay, so we can keep it just in case. I don't have to like redesign it or anything. So we're just gonna make it, we're just gonna put a splitter, and it's gonna be a little bit wasteful. But I don't want to completely burn this bridge right now, so we're gonna leave that. We're gonna send this up and remove that, and then this needs to be shifted a little bit. Okay. I think that's good. So that brings up the question of how do we get stone? So I think our total stone lane count is 7. It's not enough to demand a train because we can probably get about 3 from the starter patch. So let's assume there's going to be a third here. Let's build it on the correct layer though, which would be this one. Yeah, that's one. Okay. I should actually probably build it a little bit earlier. Oh, well, that's fine. Okay, we'll probably be shifting this down, but for now I just want to do the connection around. Oops. Is that where it goes? Yeah, that's where it goes. See, if you're just sending the yellow belt into the furnaces, you have twice the amount of furnaces I need. Yeah, that's what I was saying. I don't know if I need more bricks there, because there is a possibility I'll be expanding steel furnaces, or electric furnaces. So I'm keeping the design as it is, because it means I can fix it later if I change my mind. So there's really no point in deleting this. It's not that expensive. It's not really going to delay anything to keep it. And it gives me the option of actually using the bricks elsewhere in case I was wrong and do in fact need them. So that's all that's about. There's a lab without prod mods. Oh, yeah, fun. Doubt that would have mattered. I don't even think these get prod mods actually at all. Not really sure. Probably not, actually. They might not get prod mods. Because these never use like purple or yellow science. I guess that's a whole different question. Okay, so where does this need to go? This can go up straight. And then the other one can go next to it. Honestly, I should just be sending these both at the same time. There's really no reason for me to not send them together. The entity count is pretty small. Also, latency is incredibly high. Oh, interesting. Okay, so these should be sent at 2.4, so I was in the wrong layer. Anyway, that's fun. Okay, where do I get rid of this? Okay, perfect. But yeah, these are just built early because latency is terrible when you're sending stuff across literally the entire base. Huh. That lines up very nicely. Best to mod them anyway, a lot of resource. Well, the thing is, I don't have that many prod mods produced by that point. It's like you say it's best to mod them, but there really isn't going to be that much left to research by the time I have the prod mods. So I don't think I really need it. Like I might. I'm not going to remove them, but quite yet, but I don't think there's really any benefit to keeping them. Okay, that works. We'll be shifting these down some anyway. But yeah, we won't have prod mods automated by the time we care about purple science. Because we pretty quickly switched to these labs up here. I don't know where they are. Yeah, we build these labs and we switch to using these well before we actually have a decent amount of yellow and purple. So this is where our prod mods will be. Yeah, I don't know if this is a great way to get stone. It's definitely an easy way to get stone. Maybe I just have to look at when I need stone on this side. Let's see, stone we need up here, and we need it down here. So this is 1 lane of stone, 2 lanes. Okay, so we need 3 lanes of stone over here. Yeah, that was the idea, to just remove them. Originally I was actually planning to use these for purple science around the edge. But honestly, I couldn't justify it because purple science is produced over here. And at that point, it's really just easier to just go to these labs. Which that reminds me, labs are not actually automated at all. Oh wait, yeah they are. Yeah they are. Yeah, we automate them. We just have, I guess, yeah, we'll be handcrafting these anyway. Well, handcrafting, you know, handcrafting as far as lazy bastard goes. But yeah, we need 2 over here. We need 5 over here. Most of the ones over here aren't needed until much later. They are so precious early that Derek even modified on patch to produce them after bots. Oh, prod mods. Or labs. Probably prod mods. Labs being precious would seem a bit silly. Okay, so this needs to go here. And then these go to the silo. Okay. So this can consume 25 stone per second. What? Oh, it's very heavily inserter limited. So this would be 3. Okay, so this is 15. He's updated the on patch to produce red chips for them. That's fun. I have no idea how this got iron ore. Oh, I did end up sending. Okay, I did end up sending steel furnaces to the base. Awesome. Wasn't sure if I did. Okay, so this uses 1 lane. This uses 1 lane. So this is 2 lanes, 1 lane. Okay, so this is 5 lanes total. And then I believe there's 2 more stone lanes as we go higher. Am I miscounting? I wish I could use... I wish I could just highlight my base and get the amount of production consumption I have, but burner inserters are so bad that it's not accurate. I feel like I'm missing one. Okay, so this is 1 lane, this is 1 lane. Okay, so that's 2 full lanes. In my notes, I have 5 left, 2 right. Was I double counting this one as 2 lanes? This is 1, right? Half a lane plus... Oh, wait. Yeah, half a lane plus half a lane. Okay, so this is 1. We're just looking for, like, weird brick bypass. No idea what this is. Oh, this is extra. Okay, cool. Oh, wait, no, it's not. No, it's not. Okay, so we have the 1, 2, and 3. These are both full lanes. And then we also have... Oh, there's 4. This is the one I missed. Okay, so we do have 5 on the left. What if I use a splitter? And a birder calculator rate mod? That would be so much easier. If it could look at the amount of inserters going into a machine. I mean, I don't think making it would be easy. Or at least performance. Like, it would basically have to calculate the whole chain of direct inserter. We need burner loaders 1/7 fifths of the 17.5. How do you say that in fraction form? 2/15 of yellow speed. There we go. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. Let's make it that all of the resources can come from the left, but I can add them from the right if I need. So to do that, we just have to have a splitter, basically. I think that will prio away from this one, so I will need to change the prio. But we'll have 5 here. Can I get 5? I don't know if I can... I think that's the issue. Hold up. We need to find an actual map. I don't know how easily we can get 5 lanes of stone. Because stone patches tend to be pretty small. I might be underestimating it. Let's see. Let's go to... Do we have a blueprint of our base? I'm not sure if we have a blueprint of the base for sizing purposes, so let's just take that real quick. That is really hard on the normal map. Oh, the stone. Full base. Now, I'm not talking about getting it from the starter patch, by the way. Well, when I say that, getting it from one side, I just mean in general, getting it from one side. What is the mod that has shoots? There's a mod that has shoots. How do those work? Are they just like really weak loaders? Yeah, starter patch definitely impossible. I think starter patch we can maybe get 2 if we're lucky. Let's look at our old 100% design. What is the front side? We don't really have a front of our base. We have left and right. What is my mic picking up? Was it like making weird like distortion sounds? Or is someone making... Maybe the upstairs person is making some noise. I don't know. Front is the part that you start hand building. Okay. Oh, this isn't a stage. That's why. Okay. Full base. We just threw the blueprint down here. Oh gosh. I always forget how large the base is. Okay, so our base relative to the water is supposed to be somewhere around here. Actually, it would go the other way, but... it would really go like this. This is the ideal water to starter patch layout. Okay, so this is where we would be. This is where we need 5 lanes of stone. Do we have to belt? Should I belt stone or should I train stone? That's the question. No, yeah, I see what you mean. There's really not a lot of stone. Okay, so we did a lot of testing on this base. We left it running uncapped for a while in some things, so just ignore that. It's a little bit thinning. Yeah, this is the one we are editing our outpost on originally. Okay, so yeah, we're barely even going to get. I'd say we'd be lucky if we can get 2 lanes, 1 lane of stone from the start. Can we fit another train? I think we can fit another train. Gosh, are stone patches even large enough to use my normal train setup? I haven't really looked at stone patches. I just kind of assumed they would be the same size. But that seems to not be the case. So we could realistically get 3 lanes from a stone patch? Wow, they are bad. Like copper, like these are pretty decent. Yeah, like that gets us enough, but the stone patches are much less usable. So unfortunately we can't get all of our stone by train, because ironically we need this stone to produce rails to start our train. Is it just looking like I'll have to go over this and connect it manually? Because that's very viable. Like that is an option. It's really not that far, and I'll still be using mouse and keyboard for this. So this would give me 4 patches. These are a little far. All of these are actually a little bit far. The back lanes could be trained in very easily. Like these ones. So for me, we need stone here, here, here. We need 2 lanes here. And we need 2 lanes here. Unfortunately, these can't be trained in because they're the lanes that get me trains. So these will have to be either belted or they'll have to come from this side and belted by bots. Let's use the words I'm using. Let's not try to define front and back. They don't really make sense with my base. Let's just use east, north, south, west. Like, let's just use cardinal directions. Now, the north side, not possible to train. Not possible to train them in. That is actually not an option. So that makes that one easy. Kind of. So the only ones we can train in are these 2. On the western side. It really is unfortunate. I really thought stone was more plentiful. You can't just change it. It's not agreed upon terminology. Those aren't the words that I'm using, and it's my face. I don't know what terminology where these were agreed upon. Maybe for other runs. Yeah, we could realistically do a train here for like 2 lanes. That is an option. It sounds like a really small train, but it does fit, so it would work. Because we only need 1 red belt out of it. Is there anything else here that we can train over? Oh, what if this starter patch can be split? So one of the stone lanes that I needed was here, right? 2 lanes, so like 4 wagons. Yeah, yeah. 4 wagons is pushing it with how burners work. I mean, it is enough though. Yeah. Well, actually, is it? I don't think 4 wagons is enough if we only have one unloader. Oh no, no, it is barely. Okay, yeah, it is. It is. It is good. Because I was planning for the stone one to just have one train. It wasn't gonna have 5 segments. It was gonna have. It's gonna be 314 trains or something like that. Sorry, 315 trains because of fuel. Okay, so realistically, this lane I don't think we need for a while, right? Oh, actually, we need that one pretty quickly. Ah, trains are just so much later. Hmm. Getting the stone with our current base layout, there just isn't a way to get rails. I think we just have to accept that we're going to be doing a 400 tile belt. Honestly, that's not that hard, right? That's only a few minutes. I mean, it doesn't sound great. What are our other options? I mean, this is a pretty bad map. Well, let's find a better map. Considering stone to rails, assuming we're belting stone is probably a good idea. Yeah. I was just hoping maybe we could train in the last 4, but the way that we have our build order set up, the way that we have our staging, there isn't really a great way to get rails before we do 5 lanes already. If which is unfortunate. There is a possibility that we could split from the original lanes, but I don't know how likely that is. But yeah, if we could split off the original lanes, maybe we could have just enough production that we keep it going for a while. Water, let's just turn off all of those. Okay, so are there bases where like things don't look as awful? That's the wrong button. I was like, that looks the same. So like in this base, our base would be here. We would have this stone patch on. Let's see, our starter base would be here. This one wouldn't really work, would it? No, our starter base would be here. So stone needs to come in over here. And this one has like really large patches. On the left side. So it does look like we should plan for stone to come from the other side. Yeah, right here it would work. So the base would look like this. Patches here, very easy to belt in. The stone southeast of the lake looks good. Yeah, then we could also even just belt these. They would have to go like over and up, but we could definitely do that. Hello, Deacon. Welcome, welcome. But if we look at our starter base, this is the left half of our base that we've been working on. This has one patch. That's not terribly far. I mean, it is pretty far. I think we just have to accept that we'll be walking about 1,000 tiles. How are we going to do oil? How are we going to fuel this one if we're belting it? We have 2 options. We could either bring belt there with fuel on it, or we could set up a small patch. I feel like we should bring fuel from our main base. That sounds silly, but I think that's our best option. I'm trying to think. Where does the stone go? We have a... So the reason it's difficult is because we use a lot more stone early on for drills. So we need to utilize the starter patches real quick. Yeah, bringing fuel is probably easier. I just have to be mindful of belt rotations as I do it. It's going to be before robots. Yeah, tapping a nearby coal patch is also an option. Making a self-feeding fuel lane is pretty easy. I'm glad we don't have to think about this for coal. Coal is good. Coal we don't have to train in. Hmm. Yeah, I think either way we're going pretty far. So as long as we connect these before we switch to a controller, I think we're fine using belts. The biggest concern is a long belt with a controller will take a really long time. A long belt with a mouse and keyboard is going to be like twice as fast. 2 to 3 times faster because of how much rotations there are and how tedious it is to build with a mouse. Or with a controller. There is one other option. So we have 2 options here. We can grab... I mean, either way we're belting in everything, because otherwise the train only holds 1 lane. Fueling them is also something we might need to consider for other pre-train mining patches. Yeah, well, bringing fuel there isn't that tricky. Just a belt of coal as we go is pretty easy to do. Because we don't need to bring power, right? So while we're walking towards the patch, we can just bring a belt of fuel. That part's pretty straightforward. It would use extra belt, but we do have the option of making it that we can get lanes from either side pretty easily. It could also be a supplementary blueprint. Because what we could do, you know how in our original base, we have the 2 lanes that I have going over and around? Like I have a stone lane that goes from here, 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 and over. What we could do is we can make that an extra blueprint that we can paste that can send 3 spare lanes from one side to the other side. Or we could just leave them because they're not that expensive. That is also an option. I mean, I would rather not, but it also is only a couple hundred undergrounds, not the end of the world. So that would make it that I could get both my patches from here or here. Which I think is okay. Burner Hunter stage. We can have a splitter on a fuel lane of base, but if building coal for stone is easier, we can build coal for it. Yeah, we'll definitely have a splitter on a fuel line to grab from. Yeah, the supplementary blueprint could work well. I don't think it's that difficult either. All it requires is that everywhere we have a stone lane, we just have a splitter, and then the supplementary blueprint can connect that splitter. It's also... if we just leave space, we can leave space for spaghetti as well and just kind of do it manually. But basically, we would have one blueprint and it's just reversed version of this one. However, if we do it this way, that means we need to change this one. Which is fine, but it is something that needs to be done. So instead, we have a splitter here. Okay. So that way this can always get fuel, pretty much. Actually, could have kept it there. Didn't need to move it. Okay. This way our landfill can always get stone. And as we could deprio it. Maybe hold on. I'm trying to figure out which way gives me the flexibility I need. I think like this. Yeah, that looks good. As it stands, the bottom land here of stone should just be moved to the backside. Yeah, I guess either way, we're probably getting 2 lanes of stone on the other side of our base, right? Like, I don't think there's a world where we don't get most of our stone from this right side. It's just sometimes we can get 5 lanes of stone for the right side, and if we're lucky, maybe we can get the lanes of stone from over here. Okay, and that brings up the question of where do we put this? Probably on the other side of these. Where does the rail start? Okay, the rail starts at 3.2. We've probably connected here, I think. A little bit lower than I would like, but that's fine. Okay, so bots will start building it at 3.2, so I should probably connect it at 3.1. And then because bots can do most of this connection, we can make it a little bit ugly. Could be prio for 1 or 2 stages when lane fill needs are the biggest. Yeah, we can also change the prio with through lane fills. I don't think we necessarily need to, but it is definitely an option. I built this in the wrong spot. Okay. So it is, I think we decided it is a fair assumption. Yeah, we don't need that. It is a fair assumption that we'll be at least getting 2 from over here. Because there's way too much of way too little stone in our starter patch. We're gonna get like 1 lane maybe from the starter patch. And now we'll probably be able to get 3 more lanes. So we could send these lanes over here, and we could just leave them open. Or we could just always have, we might just be able to always have them. How much underground is it? Hold on, let's test real quick. If it's like 200, I think we just leave it. It is, okay, it would be like 300 undergrounds for this. Do we have red belt yet? I don't think we have red belt in the quantities I need. Nah, these are all yellow. Okay. Is there any world where I actually get... Ooh, trailer song, nice. There we go. Is there any world where I get where I get 2 lanes out of the left patch or the front patch, front side? Yeah, let's front side, I think is what you wanted to call it. Front side, back side, top. Nothing. This is just nothing. Nothing can connect over here other than coal. Front, back, top. Those are the only sides we have. Starter side also works. But either way, the starter side. Is there any way it can get? Is there any way it can get 2 from the starter patch? I don't think it can. I really don't think I can get 2 from the starter patch. The starter patches for stone are generally pretty bad, even when maxed out. Which means I need 4 lanes over here. So we could theoretically get 4 from this side. I don't know if that Roboport is key. It actually seems like it's in a good spot. Starter Lake, GC Big Boy side, and No Name side. Is this GC Big Boy side? Where all the GC production starts? I like it. It does make sense. Lakeside honestly, Lakeside sounds like an actual neighborhood. These are silly names, but they do track. Okay, 6 lanes from a single stone patch. Or 2 stone patches. How do I prevent myself from building over here? That's the real question. And do I have undergrounds? Because if I have undergrounds, I think it gets a lot cheaper. And it's still going to be like 200 red undergrounds. That's not that much better. Okay, let's plan for 4. There we go. We'll probably end up moving them to a different stage because this is actually quite a lot of entities for something that might not get used. Like, I'm fine with like 100 entities not getting used. 400 is definitely pricey. Can have underground placed once in a while early on to remind. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. If we do make it upgradable, or if we do make it optional, we should at the very least have some undergrounds there so I know where not to build. So like we could just have one lane here to show me like the border of the base. And then these rest of them can be later stages as needed. That's a viable option. Uh-oh. Oh no. That is not a good conflict to have. Yikes. How do I get rid of that? How did that even happen? I don't know how to get rid of that. Maybe it's fine. Maybe it's Maybelline. I don't know. Like they have from GC side and Rocket side singular belts as markers as base side. Okay. Cool. If they could do it, then I can too. I like that. I was wondering. I thought they marked it with like concrete or something, but that makes more sense because they actually have belts. They don't have concrete. Okay, so up to 4 lanes will come from here. Excellent. You know what? How will I connect these? Should I build them on a different stage? I don't really know how I'm going to build the supplemental lane. I think the easiest option is to build them on a much different stage. Oh, and then we need like a splitter. I think at the very least we're going to have one. I think one is guaranteed. Because 3 lanes from this seems reasonable. So let's call it the outer. Let's do it with the outer lane as the one we keep. So that would be this one. And belts will have use at some point. Yeah, if they actually get used. The idea here is that some of these might not actually be used, which is why I'm skeptical to keep them as like base size markers. Because theoretically, we could get a patch that's just a lot better. Like if we can get a patch or 2 close patches over here of stone, they'll all come from this side. But if there's like a decent stone patch that's not too far away over here, then it would be better to grab those and grab a smaller patch on the right. But I don't know how modular I need my base to be, so it might just be something that's a little bit unnecessary. So it will be the outer one, and it needs to connect to the inside. So let's do this. These are built on the wrong layer somehow. I actually think I'm building these too late. Okay. So this one is built by hand. This one is not necessarily built by hand. So what we can do is this. Move it over a little bit. Honestly, yeah. Might be better spent just rolling for something that has stone on the left. Okay, so this is an option that lets us get this lane from the other side for 1 extra splitter. And we don't even have to build the splitter early, so that part's nice. I'm trying to think, what do I need this stone for? I need this stone to get drills, so we need... This won't be hand built, but it will be built by bots pretty early. Ironically, we actually need this stone before this side. It's just we're expecting the stone to be closer to this side than this one. Honestly, it is looking like we just need most of these lanes pretty early. It's great. Let's just move them all down. It's See, where's where's this furnace lane get started? Oh, that furnace lane is real early. That definitely was not staged properly. Well, okay, never mind. I know what we're doing. We are expecting that I'll probably get at least 2 patches, a little over 2 patches from the start base. We'll figure it out. And then I actually want this to be moved down, because I want to be able to do smart belts here, okay? So this can go through. We can move these up. Those are a different layer. Yeah, these connections are going to be a little bit weird. I think that part's a given. But we only need 3 lanes to start, so I think we're okay. Right? I think, yeah, we have 2 full stone lanes up there. So a lot of this just goes into landfill. So if this continues on, we might be good. So that's to supplement landfill. I think that seems reasonable, and we'll send a prio. This is our our 1 starter patch 1. And then we need 2 more lanes at this stage. We'll definitely need to go through. Our staging is a little bit weird here. These 2 can continue up. Right? Yeah, these two can continue up to steel furnaces. And then if I have other stone I can connect, I can always connect it there and here. Okay, I think I like that. I'll probably want to shift these over, because the farther left these are, the less room I have for patches, or the farther my base has to be from the patches, which is not great. It's like landfill, I should probably shift over as much as I can. Actually, let's do that now before I build too much. Okay, so that would go here. That would line up here. Okay, now this connects here. This moves over. And then, honestly, let's just build them all at this stage right now. Okay, I think this is a little bit wonky. I think there's cleaner ways to do it. There's definitely cleaner ways to do it, but it does seem like it will work, which is important. It just works, TM, a classic. You know, okay, there is an option of hand building all of these, so they're really cheap and not built by bots. That is valid. That is viable. You know what I should... Oh, wait. You know what I should just do? A compressor. There we go. Realistically, we're not compressing over more than 2 at a time, so let's just keep it at 2. Is that going the right way? I think it's going the right way. I'm a bit bad at compressors sometimes. There we go. This way it doesn't matter how I connect them. It does matter how I connect this water. You know what? That's going to be connected by bots. It's fine. Oh, wait. No, it won't. That won't. Will it be? I think this is my main... Yeah, that will be connected. That won't be fully connected by bots, but it's also an underground. It'll just connect over here. There we go. Backside can supplement front, but I think those upper lanes probably need to come from the starter side. Don't they feed into my drills? Yeah, so that's why I had a splitter here. So this will probably be built on this side. But just in case this happens to be closer, I can build this one first, is basically the idea. Because I think this is built... This isn't... None of this is hand-built. So while bots are building this mess, I can go over here and connect stone if it just happens to be easier. But I can also connect it from the left if it happens to be easier. So that's why we're leaving it. That's why it's built as so. Because we have drills earlier. This part right here does feed into drills. This just feeds into more drills. So we do still have some automated drills without these connections. So it's not like we're completely lost. And now that we've added the prio, we could do the much smarter thing and just keep these on the inside. Because it's so much cleaner. Yeah, that's the idea here. This has options for stone. Multiple options for stone. Which I like. Should I pass through? I should probably shift this over one, actually. I don't know. I feel like... Wait, how did that look before? Oh, I did have it going like that. Okay. And then I had this go under. I think this is how I had it. Yeah, okay. So that gives me this one, this gives me this one. Okay, so that's two. There's probably a different way we can compress it. Oh wait, that doesn't continue through, that's fine though. Okay, and this is the one that feeds into the drill, so this one actually needs a third lane. Do we really only have one additional lane after we get to the higher tiers? That doesn't seem right. Do we really only send a single lane? I think my counting's off. Two go into furnaces, one goes into here. Oh, you know what it was? I wasn't counting this in my lane count. I think that's fine that I'm not counting it in my lane count. But yeah, that's why my number seemed a little bit off, because I actually need like 5.5 now on this side if I want to run those all the time. But I think on average we don't need to worry about that. Gosh, this stone connection is a lot messier than I thought it would be. And then because this isn't using a full lane, we really should send the extra elsewhere. So what if we do... What if we do a prio? And then continue this through. Okay, so that gives me one lane from here. One lane from here, and then this one just goes straight through. So that's 3. And then we have this 4th one on the edge. A little bit weird. Not awful. And then I think realistically, we're probably not going to get all of our patches from the left. I could leave the splitter just in case, though, because it doesn't... It's not that expensive, right? It's like I could have the option of getting 2 stone lanes over here. And then same thing with this one. This is gonna be weird spacing. But it's built by, this part's built by bots, so it's fine. Okay, I think I connected the wrong lanes. Right? 1, 2, 3, what is this one? Oh, I connected this one twice. There we go. I was like, something was not right there, but I couldn't figure it out. Okay, I think we can make this work. Ah. The spacing is just long enough to make undergrounds not like to be full length. It's kind of mean. I feel like that happens a lot with burner stuff. Although I think that would have happened in non-burner stuff too. Just because it's a normal patch. Okay, where does this even connect? Wow, this connects real late. Ooh. I think we broke something. I mean, we definitely broke something. I think we broke something important. Okay, I ran into, ooh, this is a problem. Wait, this is a big problem. Also, that I figured out what we broke. It wasn't important. We can't really connect stone there. How did that get iron? Oh, I know how it got iron. I think. Maybe. Let's go under. How the hell am I going to produce 20 million greens with burner miners? Over the course of 5 hours. It's not fast. But we have we have the same general design philosophy as the 100% run. So we do have an outpost blueprint. I can show it in a little bit once I finish connecting this stone. We will be modifying it a little bit to try to save entities, or not save entities. Well, actually, yeah, it's not going to save entities. It's going to save length. The entity counts the same, which is why I wanted to say save entities. But when it comes to burner inserters, the lengths of the underground actually affect start time pretty significantly. Like every single tile of belt increases the start time by like half a second for every tile you go, along with the travel time of the belt. So if you can reduce the total length of a build, you can decrease the start time by like multiple minutes, which is a lot more than the travel time of the belt would account for. But we will be doing, I think, a slight redesign to account for that. This needs to be shifted over one, but that's not a problem. And then stone here, which stone admittedly is very much not being built on the right layer right now. Actually, yeah, it is. Never mind. Yeah, our staging is kind of a mess. It doesn't matter that much where things are built, to be honest. We'll spend so much time connecting patches it won't matter. This is a very annoying. That's a very annoying belt problem to have. Okay, so now we need. Oh gosh, these connections are. These connections are going to be tough. Okay, so these are easy. These are connected directly. All of these connected directly. Anything after this is connected weird. Let's see. Let's delete this. How close can we make this curve? Okay. So we need an access point out of the base from there, I think. Yeah, there's one more stone belt. Well, technically 2 more stone belts farther up. I think it's late enough in the run that I think we can use blue belt for that one, or red belt for that one, which helps a lot. I wish we could use blue belt. But yeah, there's still one more that we have to do. And that is the one that goes to... Well, technically it's 2. I believe there's 2 higher up. Yeah, there's 2. Oh, wait. Ooh. Ooh. That one's a red belt. Huh. Do I have too much stone going to this? No, this uses 15. This uses 15. Hmm. Three lanes of stone. Do you think we just need a train for that later one? I think we might need a stone train if we want any more than that. It doesn't need to be a large train. But I think a train going to science and for military science is good. Because I don't see a world where I connect that in a way that is not, that's not good. Or that's not bad. Hmm. Yeah, I just, the reason that happened, most of the time when I have a red belt, pretty much any time I connect belts on, most of the times I was connecting belts earlier, if I wanted to denote it was a red belt, I did two loaders, and then I did one for a yellow belt to keep track of a yellow belt total. I didn't, must have lost my standard at that point. Yeah, yeah, that's true. We could just belt in new stuff from here. So that means we don't need this outer lane, right? So if we are making the assumption that we're going to belt in new stuff or train in new stuff, we definitely don't need any of these. That means we can stop it here. Right? Yeah. Okay, which means we can get rid of most of these. We can get rid of one of the layers of the splitter. Or of the balancer. Balancer is the wrong word. Anti-balancer. Compressor. There we go. I guess, yeah, it is also an anti-balancer. Okay. Well, that makes that easier. You think with train... You don't think with train we need anything going up? We need stuff at least going up to here. But yeah, we don't need anything going up past that point for sure. And honestly, this is enough space for a train outpost. So we can use... we'll have to expand this a little bit, but we can pretty much just use this design. Because it doesn't need to fit... Doesn't need to fit as many. We have to change this a little bit because this doesn't have fuel going out, but we can basically use the coal belt. How am I doing the coal belt? I forget. I think I manually primed the coal belt. Or from train push stone down. Oh, you mean from here to there? Well, either way, train's too late for this connection. Or yeah, train's too late for that connection. So where do we need this train anyway? 4.1, so we need it 4.2. Okay, and then we will somehow say this is coal or stone. We'll delete it, we'll get rid of it. Okay. Okay, so something like that should work. I think doing a train for this should be relatively simple. Especially since it's only 3 lanes, right? And by that time, by this point, we actually will have stack size. We'll have mining productivity 3, or we'll be pretty close to mining product. I guess we won't have mining productivity 3 by this point because this is what provides most of our prod science. But we should be like halfway done. We'll be partially done with prod 3s, hopefully, or at least close. Which will make it a lot easier to get the stone we need from a small patch. Someone wanted to see the outpost real quick. I think I haven't really done the new outpost yet. Let's see. Outpost. Test outpost. So this is a possible new iteration of it. Which is significantly lower. It requires more circuits, unfortunately. So I think it's slightly worse for performance. I don't think it's significantly worse for performance to the point where it's going to change how many outposts we can get. So we need 3 yellow of stone train. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I can send you it. I think this is it. The one... This was the condensed version that didn't necessarily have space to expand, I don't think. Let's see, is this the right one? No, I think this is my most up-to-date version of it. Because this is the one that tessellates. If I can find where it tessellates. Okay, yeah, this one tessellates, and I think... Yeah, okay. Yeah, construction bots are allowed. Logistic bots can't be used to move... Logistic bots can't be used to move like resources to blue chests because that seems silly. But other than that, bots are allowed. Solar is allowed for the achievement, although it's not like solar is helpful anyway. But yeah, we wouldn't be doing this kind of outpost if it was hand built. If we did no construction bots at all, the run would be incredibly boring and not fun. Like, it just wouldn't be interesting because you would have one design that you use for everything for the entire base, and it would never change. You would have like one very easy to build layout. You wouldn't have like any creative things you could do with undergrounds or logic. So it just didn't seem worth it. Also, it wouldn't have been viable to do in one stream at that point because it would have taken like 48 hours probably. At least I wouldn't be UPS limited though. Yeah, I think this is my most up-to-date one. It doesn't have... I don't think it has the supplemental lane in the middle quite yet. Actually, this one doesn't have any fuel. This was... Is that not the right one? Oh, I deleted all of this, all the iron. Right. Hello, Red Ray. Welcome. Finalized outpost. 3K final. Okay, yeah, it is this one. Snap to grid. It doesn't need snap to grid. Just give me 1 second. Sending this to Factoria Ben. Denser outpost. Oops, actually said it did not expire. Stock drawer. What? Oh. There we go. Okay. No bots at all, and you just get like one outpost done and then let the... Yeah. Just place one outpost and let the computer run forever. I guess you could do it in one stream, or at least one recording session. It would just be like 50 hours. Chess wouldn't be too much of a problem, but yeah, I guess you... Honestly, if you're going to do that, you would probably just set up a blue chest, blue production, because that's like it's like 14 times denser inside of a chest than green chips are, to the point where it would probably save you time setting up blue chips. Yeah, it might just save you time setting up blue chips. Yeah, specifically for 20 million. But yeah, we got our beloved burners. This is a potential redesign of the outpost. Let's see. What is this one? That's definitely not one of the outposts I have. Oh, this was the old outpost. What the heck? Why am I using that one? Oh, I remember. Set up a train that just picks greens and ships them off to a storage graveyard. That sounds... Yeah, that's a great idea. I would love that. Hand build a train to make a graveyard. But yeah, this design, I believe... Yes, so this design is for 380 million green chips an hour. Our goal is to get about... I don't know when we'll become limited by my computer. Burner inserters are at least 3 times worse for performance for comparable for comparable production in my tests. So I think we'll probably peak at about like 7 million. I think 7 million is a reasonable estimate. 10 million is possible because we were able to get 10 million with ideal conditions. I just don't know how bad biters will be. And like just having the existence of my other base, I don't really know how those affect that. So 10 million theoretically might be possible, but it also depends on streaming. So that's probably not realistic. 7 million, I think, fairly doable. Bare minimum 5 million should be possible. If we can't do 5 million, then we really messed up. Which means once we have all of our outposts done, we'll still have like a 2 to 3 hour wait. But yeah, lots of contributions to this. Tice has helped me clean this up a lot, make it more dense, and added like belt stubbing and stuff, which helps a lot with the burners running consistently, which has been very nice because the only thing burners are consistent at is being terrible. So anything helps. But yeah, I think it'll be fun. We do have a slightly different way that we do our outposts compared to a slightly different way than a normal 100% run. Ours are designed around one large iron patch and two smaller copper patches. Because with how not dense the coppers, with how not dense the miners are for burner inserters and just burner drills, it's a lot harder to get a full copper patch. So it seemed easier to just get two small copper patches and connect them to a large iron. Because I think that's the opposite of how the 100% runs do it. Because they do like one giant copper and then connect an iron patch, I want to say. Either way, they do 1 and 1. I'm doing 1 and 2 just because it seemed a lot easier. Burner inserters are consistently terrible, TM. Exactly. Also, if anyone has any ideas for good redeems I could have for the run, like I'm thinking because it is just a joke run, I might have stuff for like, I don't know, putting your name in the base and we just like paste it out of lamps or something. I don't know if it would build, but we could have like write your name on the base and we find like a gap somewhere to paste it. I'm definitely gonna have a redeem that's just gonna say, tell me to complain about burners. You're right, it's not a joke run. This is a very competitive speed run. What am I talking about? Okay, so I just kind of guessed where this should go. That is literally the perfect spot for it. We've been building a joke for the last 8 runs. Pranked. I've just wasted 200 hours of everyone's life watching me. Hydrate and stretch redeem. Yeah, this could be good. Anti-pay attention. I like that because it seems really ironic. Hey, pay attention. And then you just tell them to immediately not pay attention. Okay, so the issue with this is designed around a 4. So we need to scrap it. This shouldn't connect to main rail since it's probably going to be built by base bots. Wait, what do you mean? Why shouldn't this connect to main rail? Oh, also it's backwards. Whoops. But why shouldn't it connect to the main rail? What isn't the design philosophy of this one the same as the others? Like these trains, they just move stone a little bit closer. Or did you have a different idea in mind? Oh, are miners built by trains in this one? For this one, yes, the miners would be built by the train. I guess they wouldn't have to be, but this is for this is connecting for, let's see, what's it produce? This is military science and purple science primarily. Yeah, so this is producing purple and military science and possibly more burners later, but more burner drills up here. So yeah, this is purple and military, which means we don't need it that early. We just need it basically by the end of the run. And it's to give us 3 to 4 yellow lanes. I think 3 will work. I think if we aim for 3 with mining productivity 1.2, we should be good. With the ability to get a little bit over that. So is 4 enough for that? 4 times 1.2? Yeah, okay. So yeah, 4 wagons is... Wait. 4 times... Not 4. 4 times 1.2 times 12. Yeah. It doesn't fully get up to... Actually, wait, when 1.6. Yeah, okay, it can do 4. Never mind. I'm making things up. So yeah, it should be good to be a 1, 4, 5. And then the amount of space we have to work with is this. Should have it connected to the main rail, that way it can be built by train. Yeah, that's true. Even if it's not built by... Even if it is built by us running over there, it's not that bad to have it connect to the main rail. I think I built this in the wrong spot. I'm making just like a size blueprint right now. Can that connect? I don't think it can. There we go. This has enough. I think this has enough information. This is where the building train comes from. This is where the outpost is. Yeah, okay. Outer boundary of stone train. Stone strain. Let's see. Stone train boundary expiration. 1 month is good. Okay. If you want like the boundaries, I posted the blueprint of the perimeter in the Discord. Let's say max turn of train and 3 yellow undergrounds on sides total. Why 3 undergrounds? 3 yellows. Oh. Yeah, if we do 3... I feel like 3 would be good, or like 3.5. But I think 3.5 will be fine. That will automatically like work once we get mining productivity, so I don't think we need to plan for 3. But we might need some stone up here. You know what? Never mind. It's fine. If we need stone up here, it's very easy to get after we do outposting. So yeah, 3. 3 yellows. 3 yellows is sufficient. Okay, rearrange outpost train. Okay. Oh, size on sides. Gotcha. Yeah, that should be plenty of space. Yeah, you really have this, as far as I can tell, you have this whole spot to work with. It is a 5... Because this is a fueling being shipped, it would be 1... 1 for 1. It can go as wide as this. I think we'll be within... to have it line up with the other train stops. So the roboport that I have in the blueprint shows the left perimeter. Or the left edge. I think realistically we could move it a little bit out and use 2 roboports. If it made it a lot easier, we can definitely use 2 roboports. Currently, that's just the range for 1 roboport. How long it is? Oh. What do you mean how wide? Oh, so the width... Oh, you mean like this way? That's what these two train tracks symbolize. It can fit up to this one and down to this one. So it's pretty much this whole square will work. Minus whatever it needs to get out of, actually get the building train over there. But yeah, it has a pretty size. Honestly, it has almost as much space as the 1-7 train, the 2-7 trains that we have. It just, these can't really be, like, I think it's only a little bit shorter than those, actually. Yeah, it just has, like, 8 tiles less, 8 to 10 tiles less than this one. Okay, rearrange outpost train. So yeah, the way that I have this outpost train set up is kind of silly. I have the inserters balanced between multiple ones. I think I should put all of the inserters in one. So that's 1, 2, 3. Okay, so that's 8 stacks. 8. Okay, so there's 8 stacks of inserters in each of them. So if we did 24 stacks of inserters in one of them, how many would that take? So 1.6. Sorry, that would be, I said 24 times 50, that's 1200. Those 1200 inserters divided by 1.6 divided by 180, since we're aiming for 3 minutes. So I need 4.2. Oh, that's okay. So I need 5 inserters moving burner inserters here. How do I symbolize what's on the belt? Maybe like that. Okay, so 5 and 5 will work. I actually want to copy this, just in case I don't like the changes that I make. Okay, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's 10, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, I've been playing a little bit of Minecraft, so I forgot how large the inventory was. So this is 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, and 25. Okay. So we're at 25 in each for burner inserters. That gives a little bit extra for rounding, just in case we add a couple more inserters to the outpost. That should be sufficient. Worst case scenario, like 3 things don't run. Actually, wait, we increased the inserter count, didn't we? I think we added more drills. Oh, never mind. That was for a different train. That was for a different train. This one, we're keeping at the size we had it. Okay, so that seems good. I don't think there's any reason to... How do I clear these? Okay. I think these make sense because these are low entity count. These are good. These are good. And then we can remove the efficiency modules from it. I think that's all right. So this is 5 inserters, 1 inserter, 1 inserter. Actually, these might be 2 inserters. 5, 1, 2, and 1. 5, 1. So that's 6, 8, 9, 10. That's not awful. Actually, these might even be 11. Do we need 2 for productivity? I don't think we need 2 for productivity. No. No, 1 per second. That's good. These, honestly, these only need 1. You know, we can put more in here. I don't know if we necessarily need to, but we can. Oh wait, will this unload fast enough? Yeah, it should. We can unload with 12 inserters just fine. And then keeping them sorted, I think, is very, very helpful for making sure everything's good. Okay, so this is 300 splitters. Oh wait, where's the... There you go. There's our item count that we need. I might have to put burner drills in all of them. Not entirely sure. Okay, so I was doing 11, so that's 12 stacks of transport belts. Okay, well that's straightforward enough. 12 stacks of transport belts. Perfect. And then we removed undergrounds. I feel like underground should all go in the middle then. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's 8 more that go in the middle. Okay, that should be fine. Okay, so transport belts are good here. And then these are the same amount of inserters as these. So that's 5 and 5. Then burner and drills. I feel like burner drills should just be in 2 wagons. That would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in each. Right? Yeah, 6 in each makes sense. And then this is just kind of cleaning it up a little bit. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So this wagon has some space left into it. It should have spare inserters. It's going to need 2 inserters for burner drills. 1 for assemblers. 1 for the other assemblers. 1 for chem plants is actually fine. And then I wonder if I can underground through this. No, of course not. That's crazy. Burner inserters. Of course. How could I forget? They're burner inserters. I do not have those options. And then I need to... Okay, I think I overburdened this middle one. I don't think this can have chem plants in it. Technically it can, but I don't have any like wiggle room for the inserters in case in case I need to fill it a little faster. So let's put furnaces somewhere else, or consider putting furnaces somewhere else. We'll see. Yeah, we haven't done furnaces yet. Maybe I can do refineries. So like 4 and 4 for refineries could be good. Because the issue with the furnaces is I just didn't have the inserter speed for that. So this frees up 1 inserter. Yeah, this frees up 1 inserter. So I can do faster transport belts or faster burner drills if I need it from this wagon. Okay, perfect. Because I don't want to have them completely overburdened. This actually has some spare room. I could put something in as well. Okay, now this has to do half of those. So that's 2,300 divided by 50. How much is that? 46? That's not right. 2,300 divided by 50. Is that right? Do I need 23 stacks in each of these? Okay. Oh, I guess that does make sense. That does make sense. That's about how many are in here. Okay, so this is 18, 20, 22, 23. Okay, so this isn't a ton of entities, but it is a lot of stacks. So this is 5 and 5. The undergrounds, I think, are going to have to go elsewhere. Pipes, I think, are good here. Actually, pipes I should put somewhere else. Maybe. Yeah, now this train is full. Okay. I see why I had it divided how it was. So pipes need 3 stacks in each. Undergrounds need 2 stacks in each. Steel chests need 2 stacks in each. Yep, and then these need 2 stacks in each. They'll probably get more. So I haven't actually done efficiency modules yet. So these are no longer here. These are no longer here. This one could get efficiencies as well as prods. No, just efficiencies. Okay, so we could put all the efficiency modules in here. I believe it's only 8 stacks. That should work. I don't know, the entity count might be too high. I don't remember how we're doing the outpost. I guess we haven't really decided yet. We can have up to, I think, 6 chests coming out of this one. So that's 6 inserters. That means the total entity count for this one has to be 150 times. Let's do 3 minutes still. That's 180 times 1.6 times 6. So this can move a total of 1,700 entities between it in time. So yeah, this should actually work fine. And then most of these, yeah, aren't even strictly necessary. So to do this many efficiency modules, we need 2 inserters, I believe. 420 divided by 180. Yeah, 2 inserters for that. Oh, wait. I was looking at the wrong one. But either way, I think this distribution works a little bit better. Did we miss anything? Furnaces, I have not put in any of these. Okay, something tells me that furnaces are going to have to be split between multiple wagons. I feel like there's not a great way to put them in a single wagon. I mean, it's only 360 though. The middle one is kind of full. It doesn't look full, but I think it has limited options because we can only get 6 out of it. Yeah, the middle one we can't fill too much because of the storage chests going into the wagons. What does that leave? Also, why don't I have substations in here? Were they originally in here? No. Okay, we forgot substations. Fortunately, they don't add a ton. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so this has enough inserters. This is kind of full. This has a lot of entities. This should not get any more. So I'd say we divide steel furnaces between this one, the 2 outer ones. Or maybe they can fit completely in here. Let's see, that's 200. That might work. I think just the outer ones are fine. It fills this up a lot more than I would like. But I think we can make that work. Okay, so this distribution, it's not necessarily better for filling and unfilling the train compared to the old design, but it makes it a whole lot easier for me to actually design the train itself. So we can have these connect over on the other side, and they will sideload onto coal over here. So we'll have like a splitter. We'll have this. And it can go like so. Now the issue with this is it's not actually safe. So we need to shift this over one, which is totally fine. And now it's a safe design. And this will have coal on it. Okay, so something like that. We'll clean up the connection later, but I think the idea of this is okay. What is the movement speed of that? Yeah, it's about 7.5. Okay, that's like exactly half of a belt. And then the other one would be over here, which again, coal split down and then over. Yeah, we'll have to use this like middle section to keep things safe. And then I think there's a lot of ways we can do logic for this. I think we should have the inserters read from the belt directly in front of it. I tend to avoid doing that if I can. But this is the only outpost we'll have with that kind of logic. I don't think it's going to be significant. Only 57 days left. Oh, is that when the expansion comes out? Yeah, well, so we're redoing the outpost a little bit. But we're still able to get like the general connection points here, which is nice. Is this where the buffers should be? Also, I want this to go up a little bit higher. This is just a backup train. There we go. Okay, so now we need inserters and undergrounds. I do like the idea of all of these ones being on the other side. I don't know why. Actually, I do know why, because then these connections get a lot easier. Or maybe these should be on the other side. But I definitely want all of them on one side. Underserters and in-grounds, exactly. We need some under-inserters, though. That actually sounds kind of useful with burners. Honestly, maybe I should just put these up here. And that gives me room for belt buffers down there. The more spread out it is, the easier it is. It's pretty much what this boils down to. Which I think sounds very convenient. Yeah, okay, I think that works. Elevated rails. Ooh, yes, those will be great. I can't wait for the spaghetti that comes from that. Because, like, I know they're going to make things simpler, but I think it's also going to promote making the most spaghetti-heavy base you could, rails system you possibly can, and I love it. And I'm all for that. This needs to go over one tile. Okay, so that's that one, and then this one would go here. So something like that. Once I have all of these placed, I think it will be a lot easier to figure out what's happening, which is why I'm just kind of doing some messy connections right now. I feel like undergrounds... I feel like they should actually be rotated to the right, though. Because most of these will come from the right. Oh yeah, most of these will come from the right. No, this makes more sense to have them folded. Honestly, these are just buffer systems. They don't necessarily have to be close. Thank you. I was trying so hard to avoid doing that. I was aware it would be an issue. Just wasn't sure how to safely avoid it. Yeah, see, this is where the lack of Logibots is kind of problematic. I like how I have a splitter here when I'm already, like, technically splitting this. Like, if I just remove the output prio from this, it's perfect. And then it's already split for me. Okay, and then this one goes here. And that sends to the outer side. Like so. Okay, and now last but not least, undergrounds, which should be pretty much just a straight shot. Okay, except we need to shift it over one more to allow for the fuel. And then I think it's good. Then we also have a nice little belt buffer in addition to our buffer, which I think will be useful. Okay. So yeah, the reason these ones are all on the other side is because these are kind of like special. These are like special ones that just need like 5 inserters for the same resource. Because they need to be able to move like 7.5 items per second while the train is stopped. Don't you dare do spaghetti trains? Nonsense. I have to do in spaghetti trains. It's what it's what they demand. It would be so sad to not have them. Don't forget the curve at the end of the belt. Thank you. Although strictly speaking, I don't actually need the curve at the end of the belt. Depending on what this is. If this is the solid fuel belt, then I don't actually need that one. In fact... I can't connect it like that. Never mind. Never mind. I thought it was clever, but then I can't do this belt. Okay, so this is where coal's gonna come from. Well, coal's gonna come from somewhere. It doesn't really matter there where. Once again, I meant to shift this 2 tiles to the left and I didn't. There we go. Coal. Coal. Okay. Perfect. Yeah. Well, if it was just solid fuel... Oh, wait. Yeah. No, it would be bad. Because then this could grab inserters. Which probably would be fine. Yeah, if we did like splitter versus belt, because in my mind it was going to look like this, then there'd be no contamination. But apparently this isn't an option, so never mind. It also would kill this inserter. So yeah, overall, not a great option. Has more downsides than I thought. Okay, so then these also need buffers for splitters, pipes, undergrounds, and splitters? What? We clearly don't remember what we were supposed to put in this. Let's see, what has the same count as splitters? Furnaces? No. I think we decided we didn't need this one, actually, which is why it's unfinished. Because I realized prod mods and efficiency modules literally have their own belt buffer. They have their own chest. It's called a 400 tile belt. So yeah, they didn't need their own. They didn't need their own buffer. Okay, so let's get coal. I don't remember where I left it. I think... Okay, so we supplemented coal over here. So that means we prio this and move that to an earlier layer. And there we go. This is our fuel belt. And then we can send this up. I don't think I built the train stop right. But I believe it fits. So yeah, we can shift it. 400 belt. Yeah, it's only 1,600 items. If only we didn't need 1,600 efficiency modules in our base. then it could work. Gosh, that would be... You know, that would be impressive if I managed to use 1,600 efficiency modules in my outpost. Okay. And if anyone's wondering, these do, in fact, have to be coal. It can't be solid fuel. Which, just in case, should I have a splitter that fixes it? No, I don't think it's possible for me to sideload. I don't think it's possible to not bring coal along. Yeah, this belt shouldn't be able to get contaminated. But it has to stay as coal. Partially because of inserter logic, but more importantly because these... Wait. How did I place those 1 tile away from the train? Just all of them. Anyway. Inserters can lock up if they both grab fuel at the same time. So basically the fuel that feeds these inserters has to be a different fuel than we're feeding onto the train. That's true. It does help with the achievement. But I guess that's true for most things. Just crafting it all. Okay, I feel like I could bring... this lower, right? At least 2 tiles lower. No, oh wait. This is where I wanted the solid fuel. So 1 tile lower. I think it's all we can do there. Yeah, okay. So solid fuel comes from literally anywhere, honestly. But my idea was that it would look like... This, a little bit weird, but it works fine. Oops, that's the wrong spot. That's why it looked weird. Wait. This is side loading. That's why it looks wrong. There we go. That's what it's supposed to look like. In 2.0, you get the recycler to help make GC. Wait, oh, that would actually be pretty cool to use that to just recycle things infinitely. It's a shame that the recycler is actually the recycler a 2.0 thing or is it an expansion thing? Because I feel like if it's an expansion thing, then it would have to be part of a new 100% run. And I feel like if there's a new 100% run, the GC is not going to be the biggest issue. I mean, that's not based on... Like, that's not a fact. But my guess is that if they add new achievements, 100% will not really be run that much. Outside of 2.0. Just 2.0 by itself. I guess we might as well save these entities. Wait, why is it go? Wait. Okay. There we go. I think that does what I want. I like how they're loading coal onto the train because I haven't filtered them completely. That's okay. Okay, I think this does what I want. These need to move 100, 100, 100. This needs to move 400. This one actually needs 2. Ooh, wait. I think we cut it too close over here. So you think it's an expansion thing? It could be. Yeah, if it's part of the quality stuff. I wasn't sure if the quality stuff was expansion or not. Okay, so this is a little bit problematic. I think I don't want to keep this as tight here. So I think we're actually going to go up, which seems a little bit weird. But we need that space. So this one's actually going to go up and around and feed a little bit differently. Like so. Honestly, maybe that's how all of the solid fuel should have been fed. I think that's actually cheaper in terms of entity count. Oh, but then never mind. I remember why I did it that way. Okay, so this would go back here, and then it would go back to this? No, that won't work. I'm trying to like get back onto the pattern. I think we're gonna have to do a little bit of a weird design. Which I guess is burners in a nutshell. Let's see, maybe it's included in both or it's part of the base game. Yeah, it could be. I honestly haven't looked too much about the specifics of the expansion. As far as I know, they're adding burner long inserters. I feel like they're not, but you know how cool it would be if they were. Okay, it's a little messy. But it's not as messy as I expected, so I'll take it. Okay, now we have something we can copy. Oh, wait. Well, I say that, but it's not that copyable. Okay, let's just move it up. We're just going to move it up until it's clean. Because we have so much space. So we shift this up 1 tile. And now it's clean. Well, clean might be a bit of a strong word here. Not as messy might be better. Okay, burner inserters are connected, and they're connected from a buffer. Awesome. I guess burner inserters are the only one that are oriented that way that's going to have a problem. Okay. That seemed to work real well. Do I need to save those entities? Probably not. I think that was unnecessary. Okay, that seems good. So this should be sending undergrounds. Awesome. Ooh, wait, hold up. We can't have two types of logic, can we? So we can either disable the inserters whenever we fill the train up enough to save on entities, or we can make the inserters safer by making them that they can't activate unless there's fuel in the belt. Huh. We could change the logic. We could have a separate blueprint that changes the logic of the inserters once they're all fueled. That's an option. You say it's part of the quality stuff, is that's one of the things they advertised it for, recycling low quality stuff to get higher. It would be weird if, I mean, what would the recycler do without the quality stuff? Just give you back basic stuff. Make the inserter safe. The train can handle the quantity logic. The train can't handle quantity logic completely. So things like prod modules, efficiency modules, substations, roboports. Those are, I guess it's only those four that would be overfilled significantly. Everything else, it's only going to overfill by like a few relative to 100. So it's probably fine. But for the train, you can't really handle the quantity logic completely. Like you can make it rounded to the nearest stack. Mostly I was concerned about roboports, but maybe that won't be a problem. If we send like 6 extra roboports, I don't think the world will end. So I probably don't have to worry about it. And that means we can just do safe designs instead. Yeah, ooh, actually yellow inserters, assemblers 3s, that is kind of expensive to waste that much. We can figure something out. We can do both. Technically speaking, the inserters only have to be safe once, right? Like this is the final thing we do. If we just make it one of our goals to hand feed it, we'll survive. And now this is stuff I need to make my base last longer, which is why I didn't want to fill the train completely, like we already did here. So we might have to add like burner inserters onto one of these. Because we don't have... It's really just the first train that doesn't have enough space, actually. We can move splitters over here, maybe. But we can do the logic later, I guess. It's not critical to do now. That's the important thing, right? Okay, and then this can go down and it can connect there. Okay, and then where's the other connection point? Actually, where is the other connection point? Oh, it's completely filled with coal. There we go. Okay, that looks better. The recycler just gives base materials, like an inserter, but when all you want is legendary items, you'll just loop those materials back. Oh, okay. I thought the recycling was what gave you the legendary. I guess you have a chance of legendary after recycling. Then... Okay, what else does this need? So this is solid fuel. Technically, we can put something else on the solid fuel. The issue is we can't have solid fuel by itself. But what we could do is put burner inserters on the solid fuel and put a little bit of burner inserter in every train. So that's an option. What divides nicely into 7? None of these. None of these divide nicely into 7. Ooh, actually refineries might. Seems there will be both a crusher and a recycle. You thought they were the same entity. Okay. It will be nice to have a way to just completely destroy things that we don't want, like burner drill. No, burner inserter is nonsense. Nobody would ever get rid of those. Okay, let's do red belt. And red belt isn't buffered. Interesting. Why aren't we buffering red belt? Where do we even get red belt from? I don't think this is actually outputting. Okay, so most of these don't output onto a belt. That's funny. Uh, it's it's not a problem because that's very easy to do. So red belt, this should be able to produce enough by itself. I'm pretty sure we sent red belt through the base though. Okay, so burner insert. Let's just connect stuff we know. Oops. Why can't solid fuel just be loaded in by itself? What do you mean? I mean, it can be. I was just trying to find a way to make the train fill a little bit faster by repurposing solid fuel. But it can be by itself too. That's an option. It's just, I think the way that my trains are set up, I don't like how the load is distributed. Ooh, oh wait, if I do solid fuel, I definitely couldn't do solid fuel and burner inserters together. It would have to be something that's exclusively one inserter, so it would have to be like prod mods. There we go. Okay, so that goes a little bit out of the way. just a tad. But honestly, these aren't that important to try to rearrange. It would help if we did this, though. This is definitely a slightly better way to handle it. Forbidden sugar cube. Oh, the solid fuel. That is a very good description of them. And then we can do a little bit of red belt here if we need, because I think we're not going to clear the train station. There we go. Recycler is just a disassembler that gives you percent of materials used max to 100% at best quality, no space for prod mods in it. So what's the crusher then? On the lava planet, you can just throw stuff into the magnet. Ooh, that sounds fun. That was always my favorite like way to make a trash can in Minecraft. Or just like having a little bucket of lava somewhere to destroy everything I didn't want. Good times. I mean, I think it's still like the best way to do it. It's just, or I guess a cactus, but the cactus doesn't feel as fun. And then this splitter right here is literally just telling us what goes where. Okay, so that should split itself correctly. So this buffer is just to make it, that we can produce output enough items fast enough. Because basically, the way that it works right now, we can only produce about 10 inserters per second, but while loading we need 15, so we need a little bit of a buffer. The belt buffer might work, but I don't know how well it will work, so we're not gonna worry about that. I'm definitely glad I decided to put these on the other side of the belt, though. And then we'll worry about condensing this later. There we go. Because I feel like we will have some savings we can do with belt, but it's honestly so low priority. We only get 25% back. I guess if you're trying to convert it into higher quality stuff, 25% is reasonable. Cactus is now superior to lava due to netherite? Oh, right. Forgot netherite being stuff. Is there multiple trains? No, there are not multiple trains. So this one, these train networks won't have like any logic on them, or like they won't have like any circuits anywhere. It's going to be the only train that's there. So we can't have it have multiple trains that easily without making it take a lot longer to build the outpost itself. So we need a lot of extra inserters to make it that it can fill itself in like 3 minutes, because we can't have one filling while the other one is at an outpost. At least not without spending a lot of time doing signals. Okay, so splitters and undergrounds. Undergrounds are here, splitters are here. Okay, that's not a huge problem. It looks like undergrounds are going to need 2 inserters. That's not an issue. The fact that I have to make it symmetrical, though, is tricky. I wonder if I can split stuff in the middle. Would that be easier? Probably not, because I have to use the middle of the train. Never mind. Okay, so this is splitter. This is undergrounds. You know, there might be an easier way to do this. Because these don't need to move at 7.5 items per second. Oh, okay. So the reason we need coal specifically and not solid fuel feeding into it is because if we have solid fuel on every belt, then any one of these inserters can be, like you can see it right here. Any one of these inserters could be locked up by moving solid fuel around. So then we lose 80% of our production from inserters just because we're moving solid fuel. And then the solid fuel got filled up by another inserter. So that would be bad. We do that with our mining outpost earlier on because we have like 10 more inserters than we need, or 2 more inserters than we need. And if they break, it just means we get a little bit less iron for a little bit. Whereas here, if they break, the train takes 10 minutes longer to build. So yeah, that's why we can't put solid fuel on another belt without also having coal. So yeah, inserters, they would want to feed solid fuel. They get locked up. We now no longer have working inserters. We now no longer can feed the train, and it's pretty much guaranteed to happen. Like that will happen to anywhere between 1 to 6 inserters every single time. So by doing coal, they can't get locked up. They're getting locked up now because I haven't filtered the last slot. But if I were to make it that they couldn't put coal on the train, it wouldn't happen. Nephrons now has 2 trains, and you think waiting station and base and signals when they leave the base, there's only 1 train out of the base at a time. That could work. So he doesn't have to build any... Does that mean he doesn't have to build any trains? Does that mean he doesn't have to build any signals at the outpost itself? It's just handled within the base? Because if that's the case, that relieves a lot of the stress on this train. Yeah, we'll definitely block out the empty slots. I'm not doing it now. I haven't done it yet because I'm not sure if I'm happy with what each slot is. Okay. That might be really helpful just because burner inserters are so bad. To have them like fill at a steady rate could be really useful. That does, I wouldn't say it would, I wouldn't decrease the amount of inserters that I use, but it would be nice knowing that it's not like bare minimum. And it gives me more flexibility to do outposts faster. Because right now this is designed around an outpost every 8 minutes and I can't really make it faster. So yeah, if we can figure that out, that would be very nice. Also, that's not how I should do that. This should be a splitter. There we go. This way it's safe. Well, actually, this way it's safe. The other way it's pretty safe. Yeah. This design's better. Because this way we can read from the circuit, the belt in front of it. Okay, so this is supposed to be red belt, and Let's see what else. This has 200 entities. This has about 300. This has about 100. Okay, so these two are the high entity count. So let's do fast splitters and pipes. Can I do those together? I think I can, actually. That makes it a lot simpler to do the buffer chest. Honestly, we don't necessarily... If we can do train logic, we don't necessarily need the buffer chest, which also would be very nice. Okay. Yeah, I forgot how slow this is. I love burner inserters. They're great. I wonder if 2 trains would make it that we could feed stuff into a chest. Probably not, because the throughput of that is still so low. I guess it's only half. I don't know. That could work. What's the max throughput chest to chest? It's about 1.8 times 5 chest to train. So it's 9 items per second. The max throughput of this one is 1.6 times 12, which is 19.2. So this can fill more than twice as fast. So that means we would need almost 3 trains maybe to do chest to train. 2 trains and 2 stations. Well, the thing I was concerned with is we might need 3 trains. 3 trains and 2 stations. But yeah, that is an alternative that we could do. It's not awful. It does completely eliminate the need for the buffer chest system, which is nice. So burner fueling isn't an issue with chests. The quantity that I was giving for speed is based on having fueling inserters. So that part's already taken care of. You can, if you want everything to be fueled, you can do 5 inserters per train on average. It's technically, you can do 5, 5, 5, 5, and 5, or you can do 4, 6, 4, 6, 4, 6. Those are your options. But it basically boils down to you can have 5 that are fed. 6 locos per train? Yeah, well, it's because it needs to be double-sided so that way it's symmetrical and I can go both directions very easily without having to worry about looping everything. So that's why would be 2 on each side, but because it's double-sided and it's already 7 long, that makes it like 11 long, which 2 locomotives does kind of struggle with. So that's why it has to be 3. It has to be 3 to make up for the fact that it's double-sided. We can probably work without it, but it's not ideal. It does go a little bit slower, and the faster the trains can go, the more wiggle room I have for filling the train. So even though it's, slightly longer outpost, I think it's worth it. And it's still shorter than my outpost. See, trains are basically moving chests on rails. Yeah, they are. And if they were constantly filling, we could do without a buffer chest. Yeah, the locomotive fueling isn't going to be a problem. Actually, that reminds me. This doesn't necessarily have to be coal. It could be rocket fuel. I don't know if that's necessarily better, but it is an option. I don't know. Are Nephrim's blueprints posted? Or does anyone know like the general idea of how his double train system works? Like, is it pretty straightforward? Because basically it would be like we have these segments branching off. So if a train is here, how does that work in terms of rail signals? Is it literally just as simple as this? Is that all there is to it? And then we have a train station here that we could loop if we want. Would have two train stations. Two very messy train stations. But we would have two train stations. You mean is double mining outpost building train? I'm not sure, whichever one it is. Chain on incoming train. So that would be this one. Why is it still red? Did I do it wrong? Or, oh wait, these all have to be double-sided, don't they? No? Why is this one still red? What does it think it's occupied by? Yeah, if we could do nuclear fuel, that would be great. I don't see what's wrong. Oh, I see what's wrong. No? Hmm. Yeah, I'm not sure. Whichever one someone suggested. Because the only way we could skip doing self-fueling inserters is... Or the only way we could skip having self-fueling inserters here is by having two trains. Occupied since train station block, whole train block. Oh. Oh, so even though like a train could go here, there's no real reason for it to, so it's considered blocked? That's the part I'm like, why isn't considering that it can go here? I guess we do just kind of have randomly placed trains. It has train structure in front of the loading station in its base, so that when one is out, the other can load and vice versa. Yeah, I do gotta learn train signals. Bottom part is not signaled as the other one. Okay. So it's just there? I'm assuming I would want to make it a loop in this case. And then I'm assuming we need signal? Signal? Hmm. Yeah, I don't understand trains, that's for sure. Okay, well at least that it's blue now. That's a good sign, right? I mean, that's all I needed, right? Is this rotated the wrong way? What do you mean no path? Okay, never mind. It's not right. Well, I thought maybe there was a chance. But yeah, that's why I haven't done the two trains. Yeah, if we can handle all the trains at the station, that would definitely help. Let's see, considering enticing him to finish space exploration with his beginning mass just to shock all of Reddit into silence. I would love to finish space exploration. We're definitely not finishing it before the expansion, though. That's the part that I'm not sure about. And at that point, I don't know what I'll want to do. I don't know. I could maybe ask for the blueprints. That's an option. If I can't recreate them. I mean, it's really just I need to get two trains on with all the signals on one end. That's the part that doesn't make sense to me. How are you able to manage it with? See, like that blocks the whole thing. So this would block it if any train is out on either side. I guess that's not a problem because we're only unloading is really fast with this design. So I guess that's not a concern. Spaghetto is the word for singular spaghetti. I don't bel would it not be spaghetti? Would it not be spaghettis? Like if it's spaghetti, it would be spaghettis. Or what is your goal with those two trains? Yeah, so currently the way we have it set up, we need weird buffer chests here, and then we need like 12 inserters going to each train so it can fill in 3 minutes, and then unload in 3 minutes. Alternatively, if we have two trains, we could have one load while the other one is out, and then the train needs to load over 6 minutes instead of over 3. Adding unload stations will help visualize it? Not really. There's nothing magic about the unloading stations. It's not, I can guarantee it won't help me visualize anything. There we go. I still don't know anything. But yeah, these are the unloading trace in space, basically. If your train moves, you can see the paths. Trust me, I will not. I do not have any, I physically cannot visualize stuff, so I cannot picture paths. The things that I need to look at are just like the little like lines are the only things that help. Let's see. Probably one track will be built for you at a time. Yeah, only one will be built at a time. No, no, they're not smaller trains. They are still going to be this long, but they'll have chests going into a train, which is a little bit more consistent. So it's going to be the same length of train. That is a given. Because we just need like these are almost all way completely full. So it's going to be the same length train, but the loading is going to look something like this instead. Yeah. So the unloading will look something like this. So yeah, this is roughly what it would look like. So the loading time will be higher, but it will be loading more constantly as opposed to only when the other train isn't being used for building, is the idea. So two trains that take 6 minutes to load, only one is being consumed at once, and it unloads in 2 minutes. And basically the idea is to get rid of these buffer chests. And instead just have them kind of here. And it'll just make the inserters a lot safer. They won't be able to brown out without me having to do logic, which is really nice. I like safe designs. Let's see. Keep all the outside connections basically in one train segment block and put the second train in the base into an oncoming stacker before the loading station so that the train in the loading station can only leave once the other is back in the stacker. So this would stay red if there's any train out here. Wouldn't having two trains make on one belt buffer enough? So if we're using two trains, belt buffer, we still need a chest, and that's for loading speed. So that's the idea. One belt buffer would be enough. We still need the chest so that it loads faster. This one is the stacker. Trains load and then go to the stacker. Oh wait, so the stacker should be after they load or before, or does it matter? I guess both would work. And by stacker, I'm assuming you just mean a spot where trains wait. But yeah, the if we're doing 2 trains, we need them to move chest to chest for maximum inserter speed. So we wouldn't be able to do the belt buffer because we'd be going down from 12 inserters down to 5, which is less than half. Which means we need to not have we need to improve our inserter speed to make up for that with chests. Yeah, I'll have to look at it later. Or if somebody has a blueprint, that would help too. But I can't. I need to wrap it up for today. So we'll have to figure this out Tuesday, I imagine. Having it after makes it so that you can potentially have 2 trains ready to go immediately. That's true. That is nice. As opposed to having to wait 6 minutes for one of them. Ooh, concrete pickup blueprint is working. Awesome. The stacker has no forward path. Yeah, this one isn't set up properly. I was just trying to make something that could block this signal. Yeah, I'll be streaming tomorrow or Monday. It's just those are probably not going to be burner designs, but we can do burner stuff for a little bit to go over some train stuff or outpost stuff if someone has an idea. But tomorrow should be space exploration, and Monday should be a meme run. I don't know which one. We finished the ones we had planned. I mean, I have lots. I have lots in the list. There is that fun mode mod. We could do the burner and straining order, but that should. I feel like we should do that after this. Yeah, it's a good thing we have a lot of people helping because this is like the one thing that I can never figure out on my own with Factorio. I am absolutely awful at train stuff. I'm getting better, but combining 2-way trains into one track is definitely not something I can do. That's above my pay grade. I can make loops and I can make 1-way trains, but I can't make 1-way trains with 2 on the same track. 100% space age. I think I actually jokingly had that in my to-do list. I doubt it's anywhere close by. I doubt it's going to happen anytime soon, but it is, it's an option. Maybe in a year when we have to. Actually, we probably wouldn't do blueprints for that one. We'd probably just blind do it, which could be fun. At least there won't be RCU. That's true, which means our great RCU design won't be utilized. Actually, RCU is pretty clean. Oh, you're right. We could just do a run where we try to get a burner inserter. A legendary burner inserter. I think that's what we really need. But yeah, I think we can make both work. So this, I think the chest to train design will be a little bit more consistent because it has one major advantage over this design. Someone mentioned I could have 2 trains ready to go, which means if we have a spot where I have 2 outposts close to each other, I could build those close to it, like real close to each other. Like physically send a train and then send another one like 2 minutes later. Yeah. This is, don't worry, the train is completely symmetrical, and that is just because of where the outpost will be set up. So it's completely symmetrical. If we mirror our outpost, everything's fine. Coal-powered rockets would be great. Legendary burner drill. I feel like the drills aren't the main thing, but yeah, we could get legendary burner everything. But yeah, I think they could both work. 2 trains has the advantage of I can burst 2 stations or 2 building outposts closer together if they have to be close, because there are a lot of times where there's 2 usable iron patches like 10 feet from each other, and then like a 5-minute walk to another. I guess you can't. Coal liquefaction is basically a coal-powered rocket. Is anyone live? Ooh, someone's doing... Let's see. I'm assuming no one's doing burner stuff. See, high speed? We could rate high speed. Let's see, if you want to burst, then you need to stack her after loading. Yeah. But we'll have to look at it in a different time. My brain don't work right now for trains. Honestly, most of the stuff is done, actually. Advanced oil we did. There's a couple things. I'm not sure. Oil cracking for petroleum. I don't think we set up oil cracking yet. I think that's the one thing we're like missing. A lot of it now is just double checking it works. And we'll do the outpost and the train stuff next time. Hopefully. But honestly, next stream might be just double checking a lot of stuff. Oh, you know what next stream will be? Connecting the iron inputs. Connect all left side iron inputs. These are ones that are connected by hand, but like connected by hand to here and then built the rest of the way by bots. Okay, but that's it for me today. Hope you all have a wonderful evening. We are gonna go, we're gonna go clear ahead because burner inserters plus trains is a very mean combo. Hope you all have a wonderful evening. Peace.